Okay, in today's Trade of the Day video, I want to cover something, a little tip about Fed Day. This is showing today was the Fed announcement on interest rates, and as typical of a Fed day, as soon as the announcement comes, the volume picks up, the volatility picks up, and the market really moves. This is a 5-minute chart that we're looking at here. And for any of you who have watched what happens on a Fed announcement day around the release, the bars that you are looking at, you know that the action within these bars is up and down quite a bit inside of these bars. And even if I click down to a 1-minute time frame here, you still see these bars with these big long tails, and I'll tell you that there's a lot of movement inside of these bars, up and down, that even on a 1-minute time frame you might not be seeing the whole picture, or at least with how rapidly the market is moving. It's not always the easiest to watch and to judge, even on a 1-minute time frame. But the tip, and I got this from an experienced trader who just happened to mention it as a here's a helpful hint kind of a thing in a discussion that had to do with trading around Fed Day, and it's to use a volume chart. And the time frame that I like to use is a 2000 volume chart. And the way that you get a 2000 volume chart, or change your interval to be each bar of 2000 contracts, you just enter that in your interval the same way that you would put in 1 for 1 minute, or 5 for 5 minutes, or 60 for 60 minutes. Now, the first thing that you'll notice about this 2000 volume chart is how nicely spread out these moves, or the movement inside of the bars that was completely invisible on a 1 minute, and even so to a certain extent, or I should say invisible on a 5-minute, and even somewhat lost on a 1 minute. But this stretches it out nicely, and it allows you to see some of the trending moves, and then kind of when a move is stalling and changing directions. It also spreads out the swings, so you can see more clearly where your swings are and what kind of geometry you're working with. This, for example, was the kind of chart that we were watching here going into the announcement, and the initial reaction was up and breaking to a new high. It came back down and made a 1-to-1 here. This was good enough for a long try here, for a continuation of this initial up move at the 225 1-to-1. So the long here at 85 turned relatively quickly, and then marched up nicely and orderly. At least looking at this chart, it was easy to see when the market was running out of steam and kind of moving into maybe what's a turn or a new phase, allowing us to tighten a stop up on this, and was a fairly quick and easy 3 points on that kind of a deal. And you can even see on the sell-off on a 5-minute and a 1-minute chart, you don't really see as much detail as you do on this 2000 volume chart. So I'll leave you guys with that, and you guys can experiment with it and use it on the next Fed Day, or actually any time when there's going to be a highly volatile time period in the markets. So I hope it was helpful. We'll talk to you tomorrow.